Small business is the foundation of our local, regional, and state economies. In Spartanburg County, we are constantly rewarded by growth, investment, and economic impact of small business. This award is a symbol of our appreciation for small business. Please join me in watching the video.
Well, it's really kind of fun. He was very secretive about it. Chip had recently sold a business, and he's a successful real estate investor, so he really was out just kind of taking his time and looking, and he told us that he was just hanging around this log cabin business. Finally, one day I said, Chip, I said, is the guy ever going to give you a job? He says, no, so I just bought the place.
Well, I think Chip brought a lot of just fresh, new ideas to the company. When I started in January of '97, we had cabins. We were actually just a sales center. We had the cabins built for us in Sumter, South Carolina. And in 2000, we actually started building. We built the first modular here in this building.
The main difference between Blue Ridge Log Cabins and our competitors in the log home industry is that we're the only company in the world that builds our log homes in an automated setting like our manufacturing plant. Blue Ridge Log Cabins were started back in 1992 by a man named Earl Taylor, and he believed there was a better way to build log homes. I became involved in Blue Ridge in 2002. 2003 I came on full-time with them. 2004 I ended up purchasing majority of the interest from Earl, and in 2005 actually purchased the whole company.
The company has grown primarily through his vision and his leadership, his willingness to enable us, not to mention the long hours he puts in with the sales department. Sometimes he's here 7, 8 o'clock at night, thinking of what we can do next. Can we provide a better product? Can we provide the product more efficiently? I think those are some of the things that have changed since he came to the company.
My engagement with Blue Ridge Log Cabins was really purely by accident, but as in the case of most mergers and acquisition, I think it's more about timing and the rapport between the individuals and not about numbers.
And when Chip got into the log home business and I would go up and visit him, it was obvious he had a vision for that company, and he was able to go out and convey that to the people around him, and I think get everybody to believe in it.
Without question, if you watch the people at Blue Ridge Logs, you can see they all look to Chip. Those same people were what I would say floundering before he got there. It's a total team concept, and everybody pulls together, and it's fun to watch.
Chip didn't have to know everything about the log home business. What he did is he got the right people on the bus, and once he got them on the bus, he let them do their job.
He hired the right people to work in the plant, the engineers, customer service, people like that. I think he just assembled a great crew. And we really have grown since he started.
We're constantly looking into new markets. We just recently have shipped a home to Niagara Falls, New York. 1 week last year, we put a house up in Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and in Alabama all in the same week.
He just completely changed that company. Before he was there, the company was a great opportunity, but it just needed direction, it needed leadership, and with Chip it got it.
You know, Chip's a likable guy, and that's just, you know, that's, a trite term, but I would defy you to find somebody that doesn't like Chip Smith. And I think that's his leadership quality, is that he attracts people that like him.
I don't know, Chip's just a different person to work for than, he really cares about the people here. He started, like I said, the 401k plan. The company contributes, matches their contribution. Last year he pays all the employees' health insurance premium. I mean, he's always looking for things that he can do for the employees that work here.
You'll talk to any of the nonprofits in town, and they'll tell you that Chip's a sucker for the for charity. He really gives his time and his money to the community, and just one of those good guys.
We're having a problem with a lot of kids being referred to our agency that we simply couldn't accept because we didn't have the room. We don't have that problem anymore. Any kids from Spartanburg County that are eligible for our program, we can accept.
Our decision to get involved with Glendon Springs Academy was another decision that was very easy. I felt like we were at the right place at the right time. They have tremendous leadership down there. It was one of the projects that you get involved in, and it takes on a life of its own.
When Chip and I first started talking about the project, one of the things that we both hoped for, and Chip emphasized along the way, is that he hoped that he could be the start of a snowball effect, that him taking the lead would cause others to fall in line and support what we're doing at the Academy, and certainly that's what's happened. There's no question that without Chip and Blue Ridge Log Cabins, we would not have been able to make this a reality. It's made a tremendous difference in the lives of the kids, everything from them having a door on their room to, for the first time for a lot of the boys, sleeping in a bed that nobody's ever slept in before.
As a lifelong resident of Spartanburg, I feel very blessed to have been able to raise my family in the same hometown I grew up in. Do I think I have a responsibility to give back to Spartanburg? Absolutely I do.
Just very briefly, as you saw the video, you can tell this award really isn't about me, and who it really is about is all of our employees at Blue Ridge Log Cabins. I have been fortunate enough to attract some of the most gifted and talented individuals that I've ever worked with in all of their disciplines, and I think if anything that I've been able to do is to get them to believe in the dream of what Blue Ridge is and what we are to become and in the future. So thanks each and every one of y'all. Obviously you've seen some of my great friends on above us right here, and that's another great thing about growing up and living in a town and running a business where you grew up, because you develop a whole network of friends that give you that support and encouragement. And if you run out of power or your power goes out, you can call them and go spend the night with one of them, kind of like I did last night. But, and obviously my family too. I'm so fortunate, like you said, to have my parents here, my brothers and their families, our cousins, everyone's here. And Spartanburg is just such a great town, not only to raise your children, but to run a business. And also I want to thank my wife, who obviously behind anybody that has any amount of success, there's somebody strong and stable behind them. And Laura, after almost 28 years, never fussed or complained about the long hours and the weekends, and many times I was up there trying to take care of the job at hand, and I knew she was always taking care of what was special and I cherished so much, and that was our family and our children. So thank you, honey. Also, I do want to thank Carter Smith and his team. I mean, what a great group of people they make doing business here in Spartanburg so easy, and helped us even with the design of our new plant and some funding with that. So again, I would just like to thank the chamber and everybody that's associated with it. So thank you very much.
Somewhat to the point that it becomes intramurals. So, we have to be somewhat careful about the naming of teams, so the same team is not playing the same team. So, but those are wonderful things that happen. Our corporation is very blessed to have a good foundation that over half of the people at J.M. Smith donate through the foundation, which amplifies their gifts that go back into the community. These are wonderful people to be associated with, and they have made quite a difference in my life. And so I'm very grateful to them and all their contributions. I should tell you that when you get the call to receive a award like this, it is not without its burdens. They send around a really nice people, reporter and a photographer, and they ask you 20 questions. Not a one of them multiple choice or true false. They're all difficult essay questions that cause you to reflect and try to come up with why things are the way they are. And you're really relieved when it's over that you didn't cry and that they didn't ask you the meaning of life. But they do ask a lot of hard questions. So with all that said, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for this recognition. And it is truly, and I repeat what the others have said this evening, I'm a smart enough guy not to know that I didn't do this by myself, that I'm just part of a large organization that has a commitment to the city that it lives in. And for me and them and all of us, I thank you.